right, we just finished watching the Math 130 videos, 1.4a and b and 1.5a and b. So now I'm going to do a little supplement because all of this is for 2.4 and a little bit of 2.5. There were a couple things that were missed, so I'm going to cover those. One thing is that, let's say that we find the derivative of, let's see, I'm just going to make something up. Let f of x equals x squared. We know f prime of x equals 2x. And therefore, if we have f prime of 1, that would equal 2. Okay, so let's say they give us a point and they want us to find the equation now. So they give us a point of 1 f of 1. Okay, so what we do with this point is we're going to put it into our original equation. We have 1, and f of 1 just happens to be 1 in this situation. Okay, so what they're going to ask you after you do these things is they're going to say find the equation of the line. What did we find here? What's f prime of 1? That's the slope of the line at the tangent. That is tangent at that point, right? So here we have a line. Here we have a point. Here we have the tangent line. This is the slope. That's what that is, right? And now we're supposed to find the equation of the line. Well, by giving you this, we now have a point that we can work with. So we have y equals mx plus b. We know our slope is 2. Y equals 2x plus b. And now we put in our x and our y. Our y is 1. Our x happens to be 1, and we solve for b. So b is going to be negative 1. Now we can write out our equation, y equals 2x minus 1. Okay, so that's the first thing that you hadn't seen. You've seen something like that, but wanted to give you a little hint about that. Okay, going on to the next thing. That was... Okay, if you see a formula like s of t equals negative 16t squared plus 50t, I'm just making that up, okay? Now s prime of t, which we know now, bringing that down is negative 32t plus 50. Now it happens to be that s prime of t equals the velocity equals v of t. Okay, so when they ask for velocity, that means you're looking for v of t, and v of t happens to be s prime of t. Okay? All right. A couple more things to cover that they have in 2.5. For 2.5, I only want you to do the first 4 questions after you do 2.4. So today's assignment is 2.4 and 2.5, 1 through 4. And then stop there. And next time I see you, I'll give you the lecture, the rest of the lecture 2.5. So 2 of these problems are a little bit different for you. So let me look at something. I'm just going to make something up. F of x equals 7 over, let's see, x to the 6. Okay? And they want you to take the derivative of that. Before we can take the derivative of that, let's change this and bring this above. So we keep the 7 and we're bringing this up so we have x to the negative 6. So now we can take the derivative once we write it in this form. So we're going to have negative 6 times 7, which is negative 42. And then we subtract 1, minus 7. So there's our answer. If they want you to have it so you don't have any negative exponents, we can have negative 42 over x to the 7th. Now they may want it where you put the negative on top of the numerator, or you can just take the negative and have it outside. This is most likely how they'll accept it. Okay, let me give you one more. All right. So let's say they give you f of x equals negative 2x to the 6 over 3. So I made it up, okay? And then they say find dy dx. Well, remember dy dx is just f prime of x. It's just another way of wording it. Okay, so in this situation, we can think of this, if it helps, we can think of this as negative 2/3 times x to the 6. That might be easier to see what you're working with. Now that you have this, we know we can bring down this 6. So we have negative 2/3 times 6, because we bring down the 6, minus 1, which is 5. And then this 3 and 6 cancel out to 2. And we have a negative 4x to the 5th will be our answer. Okay, so your assignment for Math 135, do all of 2.4 and 1 through 4 on 2.5.